As I was getting set up to do the triple mega test, that is shredder, sand, and soda, with this MOOSOO XL-618A, I was reminded that to do any type of raw bin measurement is going to be very difficult because the bin itself does not separate from the body of the machine. So I have the battery out here, and we're going to start out with 1003.6 grams empty bin weight. Well, really empty suction unit and bin weight. But the first test, which is normally the shredder test, this just isn't going to be practical because the vast majority of the stick vacs don't really even pull more than 1/10 of a gram. So I have my more sensitive 100th of a gram scale over here, but we're going to have to do pretty much extracted only for that. So I think the sand and the soda tests will get some meaningful measurements, but as far as the dry pass test, I can't separate the bin from the motor. As a reminder, I will be running this test on its highest possible speed. Okay, let's see if we get any meaningful measurements. So if we take a look at what's in the bin, we find nothing. I mean, I'm just not seeing anything in particular. So there's no point in using my big heavy scale because it's just not really going to pick anything up with that. So it's going to be pointless, really. So let me dump this, and there's just nothing really to dump. So I have some just generic pickup here. I think I found a blade of grass. Oh, there it is. There it is. It fell out. Okay, I'm gonna put it all on there. And yeah, that's it. And let me take this out. See if anything accumulated on the inside. I'll just kind of pick that off. I think that's probably going to be about it. Okay, so whatever that amounted to, let me see if I can block my overhead light here. And it doesn't even, yeah, it doesn't register. Oh, it does. Does it? Wait a minute, hold on. That was static, I think. Let me let that settle. Yeah, so it resets after I pick it up. Yeah. So we are at not really even 100th of a gram. So very, very minimal agitation. First up, 5 grams of sand. Get that lined up, and away we go. See how that sand disappears? Okay, running it on high. Okay, let's get you in closer. I think I see some in the bottom there. All right, raw bin pickup. I see a little bit in there. Let's see what it weighs. Okay, so I'll call it at 1,004 even, minus 1,003.6, and that gives us 0.4 of a gram out of 5 grams, and that means we're looking at about 8%. All right, now let's extract this and see what we get then. Collecting a little bit down there. Hope you can see that. It's just a small little pile. Don't really see a whole lot else running around there, so that's probably about all we can do. I see one tiny bit of carpet fluff right there. That's really about it. So we'll eliminate that. Let's get the fine scale going over here, and we'll see what it extracts. That's not going to be much. All right, I'll call it at, I'll give it the benefit of the doubt, 0.13. And why not? Well, now it's just sitting at 0.12. Now it's going down 0.11. All right. I'll have to pick something. You get a lot of pressure variations here. All right, I'll call it a 0.12. These amounts are so small, sometimes it's difficult to get accurate measurements. So we're down to about 2.4%. I have to round it to about 2%. And what that means is there's definitely some sand still running around in there. It's in a spot where it's kind of difficult to really, unless I want to measure, the weight of each individual piece, like this, it becomes somewhat impractical to deal with. So I'm just going to call it about 2% extracted. And last, 10 grams of baking soda. Okay, and away it goes. See you later. High speed. Yep, I'm seeing some. Let's get you in closer. Raw bin pickup. I can definitely see some in the bin. It's going to be a lot more than sand. Okay, let's let that settle. I'm going to call it at 1,006 right now I think it's settled. 1,006.2, don't change on me, minus 1,003.6. We end up with 2.6 out of 10 grams, and that's pretty easy to figure out. That's 26%. And now I've got to extract that. Yep, got a nice little pile in there. All right, there it goes. Some of it's going to stick to the bottom cover here. That's going to be about it. I'll show you the inside. You have a nice little dusting of white around here. And yeah, it's a pretty clean pickup. I think I see one tiny little hair. And now let's measure it. All right, extracted amount. And that's out of 10 grams. I'll call it at 1.96, which would round up literally to 20% fine dust pickup. Still being in a somewhat bagless mood after all these tests, gee, I wonder why, I decided to go and grab my, I'm pretty sure it's still the highest airflow bagless system I've ever tested. And this was a donation to the lab back in 2020. Probably he wants it back, but it's really, really nice. Uses an F1 filter, and man, does it ever clean. But I did have to use a piece of foam to go and prop up underneath the front of the nozzle. So I go and actually push the wheels down a bit. Otherwise, I couldn't really move this on the carpet. If you take a look at my database of specifically sand and baking soda pickup, this does very, very well, especially for a bagless machine. It still is a little difficult to push on medium pile carpet because the airflow is so insane. And it's pretty well concentrated too. I vacuum the underside, not to try to get the dirt up through the carpet, but to shake it out from the carpet. Okay, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more.